Hi everyone, I'm Amna and welcome back to my channel, Amna Inspired. So today I'm talking about empathy. So empathy is not just an emotion, it's actually a tool that you can use to become more emotionally intelligent and to be able to take control of really tough situations. Okay, so a lot of people think empathy is just a nice thing, but actually it's a strategic tool if you know how to use it, and it will set you free. So the first thing you need to know is that sympathy is when you feel sorry for someone, but empathy is when you are able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Okay, and when you're able to do that, usually, naturally, we are able to see situations differently. Remember, having empathy does not mean that you condone bad behavior. It only means that you understand where that bad behavior came from, and so therefore you can address it in a way that's calm and beneficial to everyone around. Okay, so how do we become more empathetic? I want you to think about this amazing realization that someone made. I heard it a long time ago, and it really took me a long time to get it. So I'm going to share it with you now. It's the idea that nobody in this world ever does anything that they think is wrong. What that means is that everyone that has ever done anything, whether you're robbing somebody, or stealing something, or whatever, at some point you thought it was the right thing to do. And so, if that is true, which it is, then every single thing that happens in the world, if you understand that, um, then everyone in the world, you can have empathy for them because you understand that they are working at with their level of understanding of the world, their level of consciousness. Okay, so I want you to imagine, for example, the worst kind of person, the person that you think I can never have empathy for them. I mean, no way. I'm going to give you my example that I had because it was very tough. So this is the task that you give someone when you want them to learn about empathy or to conjure up invoke their own empathy. Choose a behavior or an act or even a human being that you think is there's just no way that you can be empathetic towards them. So for me it was anyone hurting small children. I thought to myself, I just could not understand where that came from. And so when I use that idea of everyone that has ever done anything wrong has done it because they thought it was the right thing to do at the time, and I use that as my baseline rationale, okay, then I looked at these people that hurt children and I think, well, most people that hurt children have been hurt before. And nobody is born a 40-year-old male or female putting their hands on children. Nobody. Everyone is born a pure, innocent baby, full of potential. And usually what happens is that something in their early childhood, when they were defenseless, happened to them, traumatized them, and they broke. Their psyche just broke. And in order for them to survive, they put their pieces back together again. And unfortunately, they did that in a dysfunctional way that makes them think that things that are exciting for them are actually illegal and disgusting for people that haven't been traumatized. And so when I think about the phrase hurt people, it makes a lot of sense, and I can have a little bit more empathy for people that have done that. Remember, empathy does not equal condoning bad behavior or worse, or something much worse like abuse and things like that. No. Empathy just allows you to find a space where you're not reactive. You're not just like, okay, you heard something and now you're going to vomit, or now you're going to get depressed, or now you're going to get angry. Nobody wants to be dragged around by their emotions, right? So now when I hear about tragic news, I find that space, and this is what Viktor Frankl was speaking about when he says that there's a space between a stimulus, which is an event, and your response. So that space is where you get to choose your attitude. You get to choose the kind of person you want to be. So I know the example I gave you was quite extreme, but I want you to picture maybe somebody at work or at school or a family member that really gets under your skin, and see if you can practice empathy with them. And the way you do that is to ask yourself, does this person really know any better? And most often the answer is no. Okay, so everybody, and not most often, always, Everybody is working at their level of consciousness, at their level of understanding of the world. So when somebody, and somebody always does, say something really horrible to me, whether it's a friend or acquaintance or a family member, I don't defend myself. I take a moment and I look for that pause. I pause and I say to myself, okay, this person has said something really horrible. This is a reflection on them. Could they have said something else? No. How do I know that? Because they didn't say anything else. They said that horrible, mean thing. Do I love myself enough to get through this in one piece? Yes, I do. And that's why self-love is so important. And thank God I'm mentioning this now. Empathy for yourself is super important. So I give myself 100 million second chances. I see failures as stepping stones. I understand that other people's opinions of me has nothing to do with me. These are all things that it was so hard won realizations, but I'm giving them all to you because that's why I started this channel. I don't want you to have to go through 3 years of struggling alone. I want you to watch a 6-minute video clip and understand how you can use empathy in a way to make yourself more calm and peaceful. So now when people say horrible things to me, I take a step back, I pause, I breathe, and I understand that they are doing the best they can with the information that they have. And I do that, I shrug, and that allows me to let go. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you use empathy, if you can even manage. I know it's hard. Look at what I explained to you today. It was very hard for me to get, so I don't expect you to just get it. But I do want you to just try it out, see how it fits, and let me know in the comment section what about this video you could actually share with others. Okay, much love always.